Yo, what's good? What's going on? It's 4 a.m. But I just want to hop on here and talk real quick. I saw the homie today, linked up with him, caught up with him and shit and everything, which was cool, But he said something to me, that's what's inspiring me making this video right now. I'm trying to talk to him about some shit. I ain't gonna get into the situation or nothing, but in the middle of me, explaining stuff, or catching up, he's all like, "Oh," he said, "You know what you are?" I said, "What?" He said, "You're a thinker." I said, "Oh, you're a thinker." I'm like, I don't know if he was trying to make a joke, trying to be funny about it, but it was like, yeah, I am. Aren't you? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you? You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be a fucking thinker. You're supposed to be thinking. If you're not a thinker, what you doing? You just doing shit? You doing shit without thinking about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, but okay, ain't no just doing shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak for myself. Done too much where I can't just be doing shit without thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You do so much, you start to understand and realize, like, you gotta think about shit, man. That's vital. You're supposed to think about shit. You are. You know what I'm saying? And as simple as that sounds, it's very important. More important than ever, I feel like, in any time in history. Because that's something that's it's a dying thing. It's a dying breed of people that think for themselves, you know what I'm saying? There's way too many distractions that, haven't really been in place for, at least I think that. But, just from what I'm observing, in the current state of society, in the times that I live in right now, ain't nobody thinking, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They thinking, but not at their own agency. They thinking about shit that is presented to them in a way as if, it should be a priority for them to think about these certain types of things. And that's a constant thing. One after another to the point where it staggers. You got multiple situations and things going on. It's playing out. It's viral. You know what I'm saying? That's the main storylines going on. That has people tuned into. And, that's taking them from outside of themselves. There's always something to be worried about and concerned about, to have an opinion on. But never enough time for somebody to have time to just be to themselves, to reflect on just what the fuck they got going on in their own 24. Very, very locally. Even inside here, what's the fuck going on? What's going on? What I think? How was today? Am I good? We good? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? How we doing? That connection isn't as strong as it should be, I would say. It's definitely been weakened among the populace, and I would say, in my opinion, deliberately. Because like I'm saying in this right now, and all the other past videos, you're going to see the main theme is awareness of self. Not just an awareness of it, but an inner understanding of it. Through and through. There's power in that. So at all angles, it's being attacked. And it's being manipulated. The awareness is. I don't want people to think for themselves, man. And I'm not gonna lie, it's working. It works. A lot of people go outside of themselves or have been, I'm gonna say, displaced outside of themselves and struggle to, come back to that. They've been too muddied up, I should say, with their values, their perceptions on how reality is. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't blame people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say I don't blame people either, because it's been done very strategically, you know, and it's been very consistent. So, you know, I get it. But, you know, that's why I'm out here right now. That's why I'm making videos like this, to, you know, to advocate for people to return back to themselves so they can actually really understand what the fuck is really going on ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not verbatim. Everything is not just linear. Point A to point B. It's not black and white. You know, and like I said, this is shit that we already understand and know. But apply that to everything. Apply what I just said in all aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? Don't put more importance of those tools over, you know, whatever the circumstances are, certain circumstances. Apply that to everything. Apply that same ideology to all of it. It's relevant in it all. Promise you that. For real. That's the main thing, man. The main, like I said, I don't know if I said this before in other videos, but like I feel like the main, whatever conspiracy is, or how all conspiracies are, whatever, ultimately, they want everybody to be on the same accord, you know? Here, mentally, they want y'all to think about the same types of things, value the same types of things, whatever shit, even to the point of identifying as the same type of thing. You know what I'm saying? All just one thing, all across the board and all levels of shit. You know, and that's problematic because that's just, you're just making yourself susceptible to control. I'm gonna give you an example of that. You know, I'm pretty sure people can kind of agree to this, but you know, some may not. But you know, like the dating scene nowadays is different. It's very much different. You know, the values that men and women place just in their own lives is displaced. You know, and it's caused I'm gonna say a rift in you know, the way that, you know, people fucking, I don't know, date, come together. You know what I'm saying? That, like, a lot of that stuff has been disrupted in a way socially. Not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I'll say for like, for the mainstream, general population, what bruh say, I forget this dude, but Gen Pop, for the Gen Pop, that's something that has such a rift in it, man. And it's kind of crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I get it, I understand, because it's like, you know, people aren't growing up on the same influences as like generations before us have grew up on. You know, like like I said, the value systems is different. The way we even be able to perceive information and stuff is too broad for some people. You know, and the issue with that is because like if you not having already a reference point on what you already know as truth, you're over here just adopting all these ideologies, personalities, just ways of just being and approaching life that, you know, strays you away from, you know, whatever your core operations are. That makes sense. It does make sense. You know, and like for whatever reason, you can put it on upbringing, you can put it on trauma or whatever, on why, you know, you choose to go outside of yourself. But aside from that, I just want to make the point that that is actually something that is being done deliberately to have people go outside of themselves. You know, because when you do that, you're just what am I trying to say? When you're going outside of yourself like that, like you just kind of just go with the flow type of shit, you don't know, you're doing yourself a disservice really, because you're just adhering to I don't know, the laws and truths of reality to other people's standards when you have the same power to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it was crazy because it's somewhat of an involuntary choice because, you know, since she was born, you know, it's nothing but indoctrination on, you know, you. But here's the thing, that's what I'm saying, like, you're fresh like a baby, right? You don't know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? From day one, you just try, what's going on? What is this? You know what I'm saying? From your own self, trying to get an understanding on what the fuck is going on. You know? And you know, we get to a point where we think we know what the fuck is going on, but you know what I'm saying? That's because based off of, you know, everything that's outside of ourselves, you know, the information that we've gathered for however much years to where, you know, we're somewhat developed, you know, we start to define and make, you know, what we've experienced to that point, you know, a concrete thing, a basis, a foundation of understanding. But it's like, nah, bro, you always learning, you always evolving with new information and stuff, and you shouldn't, like, you know, cut yourself off from that or thinking like, well, I'm good, I know everything that I need to know. That's far from the fact. That's far from the truth. You ain't never lived tomorrow. You ain't living to the next day, You know what I'm saying? It's continuously new, even if it appears to be the same. What the fuck is my point? I'm saying that. It's just that, the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, as a baby, you know, as a child and all that, you're developing that, and you know, you're truly expressing yourself as the individual and how you're perceiving things. And you know what I'm saying, like, over time, people lose that. They lose that individuality, that their own, like, well, what the fuck? What do I think? You know, their wonder, why? Well, why? You know, over time that gets, I don't know, calcified, and you ain't asking or wondering about things like that no more. And you just kind of just start accepting what is, you know. So I guess ultimately what I'm talking about is like, yeah, you got to get back to that at some point. At some point, you're like, you got to get back to that. You can't keep being a like a reactor to everything that's going on. You know, you got to have some type of, I don't know, it's like some composure to yourself. You know, when it comes to just, I don't know, things that happen in life. You have some type of, what I mean by that, let me break that down. It's like, I mean, not necessarily a composure, but like just like an understanding, that solid understanding, no matter what's going on around you. So break that down some more. So say like let me see, what's the situation? I can't think of an example right now. But ultimately, man, what I'm trying to say is like, it's just me saying the same shit in different ways. It's just having, you know, an awareness to yourself. You know, so you already know how you gonna move, or you already know what a certain type of experience is gonna be like, based off of just who you are and how you are. You gonna know how to interact with certain things, people, circumstances, situations. I don't know. They got adversities, successes, evolutions, and characters, status, and money, and all that. You know what I'm saying? You all across the board, you already have like a previewed vision on what all of that is gonna be like. Okay, that's it. But yeah, think. That's the main thing. Yeah, be a thinker and think about some shit.